Here is some wild grape growing in the fence row right next to the road. So this makes up pretty much the whole eastern edge of our old field. And this wild grape is happy out here. It likes sun and it loves to climb, obviously. And so in here we have a ton of dogwoods. And between the dogwoods and the climbing grape, we have thickets that birds adore, not just for shelter, but also food. So I thought I would just take a brief moment to pause here and kind of look through the depth of this plant. How much food is here? This is just one small section of one grapevine, and you know we're all about promoting the thickets here on this land to promote as much wildlife as possible. So we're going to go around the corner and check out another area of wild grape. So genus Vitis, species of this one I have not yet looked up. If you know it, leave it in the comments. Okay, we're on our way right now to that corner we're gonna look at with some grape, but look at the color starting to come on and the little poofs of goldenrod. Still a lot to change, but wow, pretty awesome. Okay, we're right about over here, so here's our path showing. What's it showing?
Well, we call it in the soils world biopedoturnation, which means bio, life, P-E-D means soil, and turbation, it means mixing. Get it?
Ooh,
So
cool.
it's a fancy term for subterranean critters mixing the soil.
Alright, so you hear that, everybody? Fancy term, subterranean critters mixing the soil. And right now, they are loving this path. They're everywhere. And could you tell Steve was thrilled I just turned the camera on him unannounced? That's exactly how I would be. Okay, here we are. Almost to this spot. There's been a lot of bird activity in here. You can still hear some songsters. Bending around the cedar, and that's where we're gonna end this video. I hope that the audio is starting to pick up some of the bird song in here. Okay, this is that corner that Steve has been working on invasive plants in. Not yet this year, we'll get to that this winter. But it is filled with more grapevine. And every day we've come through here lately, if you just kind of watch, you'll see little feathery bodies moving around in the background. There are white-crowned sparrows in here, ruby-crowned and golden-crowned kinglets. There's robins, yellow rump warblers, yellow-bellied sapsucker was in here the other day on this sweet cherry that's right in front of the camera. And the white-throated sparrows have been feasting on the grape, so have the cardinals. The kinglets are running all along the grapevines, picking off different bugs here and there. There is a lot of activity in here. In the vines we've also seen hermit thrushes, and we had a phoebe on the other end hunting from one of the trees with the vines. They of course were getting the insects that are active yet today. There's also juncos in here, so some of these are eating and some of them just love this shrubby cover. It's a safe place to be. That's a chipmunk, but I don't think we're gonna get the white-throat it's calling right now. Okay, so everybody, there you go, another plug for grapevine. We know it's loved and hated, but if you can fit it somewhere on your land and let it create a big old tangle, it will feed birds for a month and offer them all kinds of shelter. And not to mention the invertebrates that want to feed on the leaves.
And remember, even forestry people promote grape growth, and they have a term for it, but they let some grapevines create like a canopy on certain trees to feed birds. So just because you have trees to protect doesn't mean you need to protect all of them. They can coexist with grapevines. So look up the forestry research if you don't believe me.
Cool. Thanks, Steve.